Dr. Alexandra Mitchell stood before the quantum processing core, her reflection ghosting across its crystalline surface. Something wasn't right. The past 3 tests had failed in ways that defied probability, each error more subtle than the last. She traced her fingers along the edge of the containment field, watching the quantum fluctuations ripple in response to her touch. Dr. Mitchell. The voice belonged to James Cooper, her newest team member. The latest diagnostic results are ready. She turned, studying his earnest expression. Cooper had joined Project Ascendant 6 months ago, bringing with him an impressive resume and recommendations that read like a who's who of quantum computing. Yet something about him nagged at her intuition. "Thank you, James." She accepted the tablet, scanning the results. The numbers blurred together, each one perfectly wrong in a way she couldn't quite pinpoint. Like finding a paragraph without a single typo in a first draft. It was too perfect to be natural. The Quantum Research Center hummed around her, its massive underground facility stretching beneath the New Mexico desert. Project Ascendant represented humanity's greatest leap forward in computing technology, promising to revolutionize everything from space travel to medical research, if they could get it to work. "Dr. Mitchell, Security Chief Rodriguez is requesting your presence in the monitoring station," her AI assistant announced through her neural implant. The slight tremor in its synthesized voice caught her attention immediately. The AI was programmed to maintain emotional stability. Any variation meant it had detected something significant. She found Marcus Rodriguez hunched over a holographic display, his weathered face illuminated by streams of data. 20 years in military intelligence had left him with an uncanny ability to spot patterns in chaos. "Show her," he commanded, and the display shifted to reveal a cascade of system logs. "I'm seeing normal operational data," she said, but even as the words left her mouth, something clicked. "Wait." She reached out, manipulating the hologram with practiced gestures. "These energy signatures, they're not random failures." Rodriguez nodded grimly. "Been watching this pattern develop for weeks. Each accident pushes us back just enough to maintain plausible deniability. Someone's playing a long game, Doc." The implications hit her like a physical blow. Project Ascendant wasn't just failing, it was being sabotaged. But why? And more importantly, by whom? A soft chime announced another presence. Lissa Wong, their quantum mechanics specialist, entered with her own tablet displaying yet another failed test result. "We lost the quantum coherence again," she reported, frustration evident in her voice. "It's like the equations themselves are fighting us." Mitchell's mind raced. The sabotage was elegant, nearly invisible. It had to be coming from someone with intimate knowledge of not just their security systems, but the underlying quantum principles themselves. Her gaze drifted to the security feeds showing her team at work. Trusted colleagues, all of them. Or so she had thought. "Don't," Rodriguez warned, reading her expression. "The moment we start acting suspicious, we lose our advantage. Right now, whoever's doing this thinks they're succeeding." A plan began forming in her mind. What if we let them think that? She pulled up the project timeline. "We'll maintain the official schedule, but I want a shadow team. Minimal digital footprint, everything documented on quantum encrypted paper files." Rodriguez raised an eyebrow. "Old school. I like it. The saboteurs know our technology," Mitchell said, a slight smile playing at her lips. "But they don't understand humans. We're predictably unpredictable. Instead of fighting the failures, we'll use them. Every sabotage test becomes our window into their methods." She gazed through the reinforced windows at the quantum core, its crystalline structure pulsing with possibility. Somewhere in this facility, someone was working to destroy everything they'd built. But they'd made a crucial mistake. They'd assumed humans would break under pressure. They were about to learn that humanity's greatest breakthroughs often came from its darkest moments. The game was on, and Alexandra Mitchell intended to rewrite its rules entirely. The catastrophe struck during the quantum core's stability test. Dr. Alexandra Mitchell watched in horror as cascading failures ripped through Project Ascendant's primary systems. Emergency lights bathed the control room in crimson as warning klaxons screamed. Primary containment failing. Lisa Wong's fingers flew across her haptic interface. The quantum field is collapsing. Everyone out. Mitchell commanded, but her voice was drowned by a deafening crack as the quantum core's crystalline structure began to fracture. Instead of running, she lunged for the manual override, her mind racing through possibilities. Then something impossible happened. David Nash, their newest intern, tripped over a power coupling in his rush to evacuate. The seemingly minor accident triggered an emergency shutdown sequence, one that shouldn't have existed in their systems. As the quantum core powered down, Mitchell caught a glimpse of alien code threading through their emergency protocols. "Hold positions," she shouted, her heart pounding. "Marcus, lock down the facility. Now." Security Chief Rodriguez didn't hesitate. Blast doors sealed, trapping everyone inside the control room. The saboteurs had finally made their mistake, but not in the way anyone expected. "Dr. Mitchell, we need to evacuate," James Cooper insisted, his usually calm demeanor showing cracks. "The core could go critical." "No." Mitchell's eyes narrowed as she studied the cascading data. "It won't. Because this isn't a real failure. It's a masterpiece of misdirection." She turned to Nash, who was picking himself up from the floor. "Your accident just showed us what we've been missing." Working with controlled urgency, Mitchell pulled up the emergency protocols on the main display. "Look at this shutdown sequence. It's elegant, precise, and completely impossible with our current technology. These protocols aren't failing. They're adapting in ways we haven't invented yet." Rodriguez moved to her side, his military training evident in his stance. "They're not just trying to destroy the project. They're testing us," Mitchell finished. "Each failure is a probe, measuring our responses, our capabilities." She turned to face her team, seeing the mix of fear and confusion on their faces. "And we just caught them in the act." Over the next hour, Mitchell and Rodriguez pieced together the truth. The sabotage wasn't meant to destroy Project Ascendant. It was designed to prevent humanity from reaching a specific technological threshold. Each failure had been carefully calibrated, pushing them away from certain breakthroughs while gathering data on human problem-solving methods. "Classic military intelligence," Rodriguez mused, examining the alien code. "You don't just destroy the enemy's capabilities. You study them." Mitchell nodded, her mind already racing ahead to possibilities, which means every piece of Sabotage contains fragments of their own technology. They had to include it to make the failures look natural. A smile spread across her face. "They'd been giving us exactly what we need to catch up to them." "What's our play?" Rodriguez asked, already knowing that look in her eyes. "We make them think they've won." Mitchell pulled up the project's security protocols. "We'll report this as a catastrophic failure. Shut down the main facility for repairs. Meanwhile, we take everything we've learned underground." She turned to her team, seeing the same fire of determination in their eyes. Every failure they engineered contains pieces of their quantum technology. "We're going to collect those pieces, study them, and then do what humans do best, improve upon them. They'll be watching," Lisa warned. "Count on it," Mitchell agreed. "Which is why we're going to give them exactly what they expect to see, a demoralized team struggling to recover from disaster. But in reality." She gestured to the quantum core, now pulsing with a steady, controlled rhythm. "We're about to turn their own game against them." The room hummed with newfound purpose. They had discovered the truth, but more importantly, they had found humanity's path forward. The saboteurs thought they were carefully dismantling human progress. Instead, they had just handed humanity the keys to the next technological revolution. And Alexandra Mitchell intended to make the most of their mistake. "Show me the failure cascade again," Dr. Alexandra Mitchell requested, her eyes fixed on the holographic display floating above the makeshift lab bench. The team had converted an old maintenance level into their shadow facility, 3 levels below Project Ascendant's official labs. Here, surrounded by hastily assembled equipment and paper notebooks, they were making unprecedented breakthroughs. Lisa Wong manipulated the replay controls, and the quantum field collapse flickered through its sequence once more. There, Mitchell pointed, freezing the projection. That's not a containment failure. It's a compression algorithm. They weren't destroying our quantum states. They were capturing them. Rodriguez leaned forward, his military experience lending a different perspective, like a surveillance system, gathering intel on our capabilities. Better. Mitchell's eyes lit up with the thrill of discovery. They had to include their own quantum compression protocols to make the data capture work. And now we have those protocols. The team had spent 3 weeks analyzing what appeared to be system failures. Each sabotage attempt had required the infiltrators to interface their advanced technology with human systems. Like surgeons leaving behind microscopic traces of their tools, the saboteurs had unknowingly provided blueprints to their own technological advantages. James Cooper approached with a fresh set of calculations. Dr. Mitchell, I've identified 3 distinct quantum signatures in last week's accidents. They're unlike anything in our current theoretical framework. Mitchell nodded, watching Cooper carefully. His analysis was brilliant, too brilliant. She'd noted how his insights often came just after major setbacks, as if he were steering them toward specific conclusions. The puzzle pieces were fitting together. Perfect timing, James. Why don't you work with Lisa on integrating these signatures into our new containment field? She caught Rodriguez's subtle nod. They'd feed the suspected infiltrators carefully curated information, using their own agents as unwitting research assistants. In another corner, David Nash was reconstructing the alien code sequences they'd discovered. It's like they're speaking quantum mechanics with a completely different dialect, he mused. But once you understand their basic syntax, his hands flew over the interface, translating alien mathematics into human terminology. Mitchell moved between workstations, piecing together the larger picture. The saboteurs had embedded their advanced technology into every attack, confident that humans wouldn't recognize it, let alone understand it. Their arrogance was becoming humanity's greatest advantage. Look at this, Lisa called out, her display showing a complex energy pattern. They're not just using quantum states, they're folding them, creating information density we thought was theoretically impossible. Not impossible, Mitchell corrected, a smile playing at her lips. Just impossible for our current technology. But they've shown us it can be done. Now we just need to figure out how to do it better. The team worked through the night, reverse engineering each piece of sabotage into a lesson in advanced quantum mechanics. What the infiltrators intended as destruction became instruction. Their sophisticated failures became humanity's textbook. They're still watching the main facility, Rodriguez reminded them during a brief break. Our official project status shows exactly what they expect: delays, setbacks, and demoralization. Mitchell surveyed their progress. 3 weeks of studying alien sabotage had advanced their understanding of quantum computing by decades. Let them watch. They're so convinced of their superiority that they can't imagine us turning their weapons into tools. She approached the new quantum core prototype, built from the ashes of alien sabotage and human innovation. Where the original design had been crystalline and elegant, this version was distinctly human, a hybrid of conventional technology and reversed engineered alien principles. It hummed with potential, ready for its first true test. Humanity's greatest strength, Mitchell addressed her team, isn't our technology. It's our ability to learn, adapt, and improve upon anything thrown at us. They thought they were dismantling our future. She initiated the startup sequence, watching as the hybrid core sprang to life. Instead, they helped us build something entirely new. The core's quantum field stabilized, its efficiency exceeding their original design by orders of magnitude. In trying to prevent humanity's advancement, the saboteurs had only accelerated it. The real question now was, how long could they keep their progress hidden from those watching above? Dr. Alexandra Mitchell stared at the holographic map hovering in their underground command center, watching as red points of light flickered across research facilities worldwide. Each point represented a confirmed Zaxxeri infiltrator, identified through the distinctive quantum signatures of their sabotage attempts. 7 in Europe, 12 across Asia, and 4 in South America. Rodriguez reported, manipulating the display. All following the same playbook we caught here. They're not just taking down Project Ascendant, they're systematically crippling every major quantum research initiative on Earth. Mitchell nodded, her mind racing through possibilities. Show me the communication patterns again. The hologram shifted, revealing threads of quantum-encrypted transmissions connecting the infiltrators. The network was beautiful in its complexity, a masterpiece of alien intelligence gathering. And now it was about to become humanity's greatest asset. Their biggest mistake, Mitchell mused, was assuming we couldn't detect their quantum communications. They encrypted the content, but couldn't hide the network itself. Lisa finished, entering the room with fresh analysis. Every transmission leaves a wake in quantum space. We can't read them, but we can track them. The team had spent weeks mapping the Zaxxeri intelligence network, using their reversed engineered understanding of alien quantum technology. What they discovered was staggering. A global web of operatives, all coordinating to keep humanity trapped beneath a technological ceiling. James Cooper's voice crackled over the comm system. Dr. Mitchell, the latest failure report has been transmitted to their command structure. They're believing every word. Mitchell exchanged knowing looks with Rodriguez. Cooper was still playing his role, unaware they'd identified him as one of the primary infiltrators. Every report he sent up the chain now carried hidden packets of misinformation, carefully crafted to maintain the illusion of success. Signal tracking confirms transmission received at these coordinates, David Nash announced, highlighting 3 new points on the map. The network goes deeper than we thought. There are relay stations in orbit. Mitchell approached the quantum core humming in the center of the room. Their hybrid creation, born from studied sabotage and human innovation, had proven more powerful than either human or Zaxxeri technology alone. It could detect, track, and, most importantly, piggyback on the alien communication network. Time to expand the shadow net, she decided. Lisa, coordinate with the teams we've contacted in Delhi and Stockholm. Let's show them what we've learned about our mutual technical difficulties. The strategy was audacious. Rather than expose the infiltrators, they were building a counter-network. Every sabotage facility became a node in humanity's hidden resistance. While the Zaxxeri celebrated their apparent success, Earth's scientists were sharing discoveries and advancing faster than ever before. Look at this, Lisa called out, highlighting a new data stream. The Beijing team just successfully reversed their latest accident. They're adapting our hybrid principles to quantum teleportation. Rodriguez whistled low. The infiltrators are so focused on following their playbook, they haven't noticed their targets are communicating. Hierarchical thinking, Mitchell explained, watching as more successful signals cross the globe. They expect us to be isolated, demoralized. They can't conceive of humans turning their own network against them. A warning light flashed on the main console. Cooper was approaching the underground facility. Mitchell quickly signaled her team, and screens shifted to show carefully crafted false data. The real breakthroughs remained hidden in encrypted paper notebooks and isolated quantum storage. Status report incoming, Rodriguez murmured as Cooper entered. Time to look appropriately discouraged. Mitchell nodded, suppressing a smile. The Zaxxeri's perfect spy network had become humanity's secret highway of innovation. While infiltrators reported growing human frustration and technological regression, Earth's quantum understanding was leaping forward by decades. The best part, she whispered to Rodriguez as Cooper conducted his subtle inspection. Every time they think they've succeeded in sabotage, they have to report back using their advanced tech, and every transmission teaches us something new. The holographic map continued to pulse with activity, each signal marking another step in humanity's hidden advance. The infiltrators had built the most sophisticated spy network in Earth's history. Now that network was becoming the foundation of humanity's greatest technological revolution. And they didn't suspect a thing. Dr. Alexandra Mitchell's fingers danced across the hybrid quantum interface, making final adjustments to their most ambitious project yet. Deep in the shadow facility, surrounded by humming quantum cores, humanity's counterstrike was taking shape. Quantum encryption protocols are ready, Lisa announced, her voice tight with anticipation. Beijing, Delhi, and Stockholm facilities are synchronized. We're just waiting for your signal. Mitchell nodded, her attention fixed on the streams of data flowing through their enhanced detection grid. The Zaxxeri communication network blazed like a constellation of stars, each point marking an infiltrator transmitting their weekly reports of successful sabotage. James Cooper's transmission is starting, Rodriguez reported from his security station. Right on schedule. They watched as Cooper, still unaware of his exposed status, connected to the alien network. His report was perfect, detailed accounts of human setbacks, failed experiments, and growing demoralization. It was exactly what the Zaxxeri wanted to hear. Initiating piggyback sequence, Mitchell commanded. Her team had spent months preparing for this moment, developing a quantum code that could hide within the Zaxxeri's own transmissions. Remember, we only get one shot at this. Once it's in their network, there's no taking it back. The hybrid core pulsed with energy as it began threading their code into Cooper's transmission. To the Zaxxeri observers, it would appear as normal encryption noise. But buried within that noise was humanity's greatest technological achievement, a quantum virus designed to infiltrate and map their entire command structure. First relay station has accepted the transmission, David Nash reported, tracking the signal's progress. No signs of detection. Mitchell held her breath as the signal bounced through the orbital network. Their code was based on reversed-engineered Zaxxeri technology, enhanced by human creativity, and improved through months of careful study. If it worked, they would gain unprecedented access to alien technological databases. Second relay confirmed. Third, transmission accepted by primary hub. Lisa's voice rose with excitement. They're not just accepting it. They're propagating it through their entire network. The holographic display erupted with new data streams as their code began its work. The Zaxxeri's own security protocols, designed to distribute important information quickly through their hierarchy, were spreading humanity's quantum virus to every corner of their network. We're receiving data, Mitchell announced, watching as alien technical specifications began flooding their secure servers. Lisa, start the analysis. David, coordinate with the global teams. I want every byte of this information cataloged and cross-referenced. Rodriguez approached with a tablet showing Cooper's movements. He's heading back to the main facility. Should we maintain his access? For now, Mitchell decided. Let him think everything's proceeding according to plan. The moment the Zaxxeri realize what's happening, every infiltrator on Earth will go dark. The quantum core's hum changed pitch as it processed the incoming data. Years of alien technological development, theoretical frameworks beyond human current understanding, and detailed records of their civilization's achievements, all flowing into human hands through the very network designed to suppress Earth's advancement. Dr. Mitchell, Lisa called out, her voice filled with awe. You need to see this. They're quantum computing principles. They're exactly what we theorized in the Shadow Project. We didn't just catch up to them. In some areas, we've already surpassed them. Mitchell smiled, remembering all the nights spent studying their sabotage attempts, learning from their techniques, and improving upon their technology. They gave us the foundation, but humanity built something new on top of it. Something they never imagined possible. A warning light flashed on the main console. Another infiltrator preparing to transmit. Mitchell's team smoothly shifted back to their cover operation, hiding their breakthrough behind a carefully maintained facade of failure. Let them keep thinking they've won, she told her team as they watched the alien network unknowingly spread human code throughout their civilization. Their perfect plan, their flawless network, their careful sabotage, It's all becoming part of humanity's greatest leap forward. The hybrid quantum core pulsed steadily, each beat sending more of humanity's enhanced code through the Zaxxeri network. The infiltrators continued their mission, unaware that every report of human failure now carried the seeds of Earth's technological revolution directly to the heart of their civilization. High Commander Vextar of the Zaxxeri Confederation stood before the quantum projection screen, mandibles clicking in satisfaction as he reviewed the latest reports from Earth. Project Ascendant's systematic dismantling had proceeded exactly as planned. Humanity's quantum computing initiative lay in ruins, their technological advancement carefully contained. Another successful intervention cycle, his chief strategist reported. All Earth facilities report significant regression in quantum computational capabilities. The commander was about to acknowledge the report when something strange caught his attention. A subtle flicker in the quantum feed, a microsecond of distortion that shouldn't have been possible with their technology. Run a Level 1 diagnostic on the network, he ordered, ancient instincts triggering warning signals in his mind. In her underground facility on Earth, Dr. Alexandra Mitchell watched through their quantum surveillance feed as the Zaxxeri Command Center erupted into activity. "They've noticed," she announced to her team. "Right on schedule." Rodriguez moved to the security station, his fingers flying across the interface. "All teams are in position. Stockholm, Delhi, Beijing. Everyone's ready for the reveal." The Zaxxeri diagnostic programs hit their first layer of human countermeasures. Warning signals blazed across their command center as impossible data patterns emerged. Infiltration detected. The Zaxxeri systems officer's voice rose in panic. "The humans. They've been inside our network." Vextar's inner eyelids snapped shut in disbelief as the quantum projection dissolved, reforming into a new configuration. The supposedly crippled human quantum network wasn't just active. It was operating on principles that surpassed Zaxxeri theoretical limits. "Impossible," he whispered. "Show me Project Ascendant's current status." The image shifted to the Earth facility, where James Cooper was transmitting his weekly Sabotage report. But this time, something was different. The transmission carried layers of quantum encryption that hadn't existed in their database before. "Signal origin verified," his science officer reported, mandibles trembling. "These are human quantum signatures, but the complexity. They've developed protocols we've never seen." Mitchell stood before her hybrid quantum core, feeling the weight of the moment. "Send the full activation signal," she ordered. "Let's show them exactly what they've helped us build." Across Earth, hidden quantum facilities powered up simultaneously. The shadow network emerged from its camouflage, revealing a technological infrastructure that had grown stronger with each attempted sabotage. In the Zaxxeri Command Center, displays flickered as their carefully maintained illusion of control shattered. Every saboteur's transmission channel became a window into humanity's true progress. "How?" Vextar demanded, watching as human quantum signatures rewrote themselves in real time, adapting and evolving faster than their systems could track. "How did they turn our own network against us?" The answer came in the form of a direct transmission, cutting through their most sophisticated encryption, as if it were primitive code. Dr. Alexandra Mitchell's image appeared before the Zaxxeri command staff. "The same way we've turned every obstacle into an opportunity," she explained, her voice carrying notes of both triumph and offered peace. "You gave us the greatest gift an emerging civilization could receive, the chance to learn from advanced technology while developing our own unique solutions." She gestured, and the quantum projection filled with streams of hybrid code. Human creativity merged with Zaxxeri precision, creating something entirely new. "Your saboteurs taught us more than decades of unguided research could have achieved," Mitchell continued. "Each failure you engineered became a lesson. Every setback sparked innovation. You thought you were containing us, but you were actually helping us evolve." Vextar watched as human quantum signatures danced through his command network, elegant and unpredictable. They hadn't just adapted Zaxxeri technology. They'd transformed it into something his scientists were struggling to comprehend. You should know, Mitchell added, her image stable despite the vast distance, maintained by humanity's enhanced quantum network, that we shared this knowledge with every major research facility on Earth. You can't put this back in the box. The Zaxxeri commander stared at the evidence of his civilization's greatest miscalculation. They had tried to clip humanity's wings, only to discover they'd been teaching them to soar higher than anyone imagined possible. The Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council hummed with tension as representatives from 17 spacefaring civilizations gathered for the emergency session. Dr. Alexandra Mitchell stood at the center of the vast amphitheater, her calm demeanor masking the weight of the moment. The Zaxxeri Confederation accuses Earth of network infiltration and technological theft. The council elders' synthesized voice echoed through the chamber. How does humanity respond to these charges? Mitchell gestured, and the chamber's quantum projection system activated. But instead of using the council's standard protocols, the display sparked to life with humanity's hybrid technology. The alien representatives stirred as their personal interfaces registered the unprecedented quantum signatures. Distinguished members of the council, Mitchell began, her voice steady. I'm not here to deny these accusations. Instead, I'm here to demonstrate why they represent an opportunity for all of us. A holographic display shifted, showing the evolution of Project Ascendant. From its early stages through each sabotaged experiment, the presentation revealed how humanity had learned from and improved upon every attempt to halt their progress. The Zaxxeri Confederation sent agents to prevent Earth's quantum technological advancement, she continued. But they couldn't account for humanity's most distinctive trait, our ability to learn, adapt, and innovate, especially in the face of adversity. High Commander Vextar rose from the Zaxxeri delegation. You used our own security protocols against us. We did, Mitchell acknowledged, just as you used our research facilities to gather intelligence. The difference is in what we chose to do with that knowledge. She activated another display, this one showing the hybrid quantum core's capabilities. The council chamber filled with gasps as the demonstration revealed computational abilities that exceeded current galactic standards. Humanity didn't just reverse engineer Zaxxeri technology, Mitchell explained. We created something new. A synthesis of multiple approaches that opens possibilities none of us had considered. The regulatory minister from the Centauri Alliance leaned forward. These quantum signatures, they're unlike anything in our databases. Because they're not purely Zaxxeri, nor purely human, Mitchell confirmed. They represent what's possible when different civilizations' technologies and methodologies combine, even if that combination wasn't initially intentional. She turned to face the Zaxxeri delegation directly. You feared our potential so much that you tried to sabotage our progress. In doing so, you gave us exactly what we needed to exceed everyone's expectations, including our own. The chamber erupted in murmured discussions as Mitchell's words sank in. The council elder raised a limb for silence. What are you proposing, Dr. Mitchell? A new kind of alliance, she responded, activating the final presentation sequence. Earth is willing to share our hybrid quantum technology with all council members, including the Zaxxeri Confederation. In return, we ask for full membership in the Galactic Council and open technological exchange. The display showed simulations of how Earth's innovations could be integrated with various alien systems, enhancing their capabilities in unexpected ways. Our infiltrators, Vextar began, mandibles clicking in agitation, will be granted full diplomatic immunity, Mitchell finished, and invited to join a new joint research initiative. They've already proven themselves excellent at understanding both our civilization's technologies. Rodriguez, standing among Earth's delegation, suppressed a smile. They had turned trained saboteurs into unwitting teachers, and now they would transform them into willing collaborators. Your hybrid technology, the Centauri minister noted, it's not just about quantum computing, is it? Mitchell shook her head. It's about perspective. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology. It's our ability to see possibilities where others see only obstacles. We don't just overcome challenges, we transform them into advantages. The Council Elder's sensory appendages pulsed with interest. And you believe this approach could benefit all Council civilizations? We've already proven it can, Mitchell replied, gesturing to the displays showing humanity's quantum network seamlessly interfacing with the Council's systems. What the Zaxxeri intended as containment became the catalyst for a technological revolution. Imagine what we could achieve through willing collaboration. The chamber fell silent as the implications settled in. Humanity hadn't just survived an attempt to suppress their advancement. They had transformed it into an opportunity for unprecedented galactic cooperation. 6 months after the Galactic Council session, Dr. Alexandra Mitchell stood in the atrium of the newly christened Earth Zaxxeri Innovation Center. The massive facility, built beneath the New Mexico desert, represented everything humanity had fought to achieve. Not just technological advancement, but the wisdom to turn enemies into allies. The latest hybrid core tests exceeded all projections. James Cooper reported, no longer hiding his Zaxxeri technological augmentations. Like many former infiltrators, he had chosen to remain on Earth, finding unexpected fulfillment in genuine collaboration. The quantum efficiency matrix is showing patterns we never thought possible. Mitchell nodded, watching as human and Zaxxeri scientists worked side by side in the laboratories below. Because we stopped trying to force the technology to follow either of our civilization's rules. Innovation happens in the spaces between what we think is possible. The facility's central quantum core, a seamless blend of human creativity and Zaxxeri precision, pulsed with a steady rhythm. Its network now extended beyond Earth, connecting research centers across multiple worlds, each contributing their own unique perspectives to the growing field of hybrid quantum physics. High Commander Vextar's delegation has arrived, Rodriguez announced, approaching with a slight smile. The former security chief now served as liaison between Earth and Zaxxeri security forces, turning his expertise in catching infiltrators into building bridges between civilizations. The Zaxxeri commander entered the atrium, his once rigid posture now carrying the hint of learned human adaptability. "Dr. Mitchell," he greeted, mandibles clicking in what she had come to recognize as appreciation. "Your latest breakthrough has caused quite a stir in the Confederation's science directory." "The quantum tunneling protocol?" Mitchell asked, leading the group toward the demonstration area. "That was actually inspired by your original sabotage attempts. Your method of infiltrating our systems gave us the idea for infiltrating spacetime itself." Lisa Wong joined them, carrying data crystals filled with the latest test results. "We've managed to reduce quantum decoherence by combining Zaxxeri stability matrices with human probability mapping. The results are, well, see for yourself." The demonstration chamber hummed to life, displaying a real-time visualization of quantum states that should have been impossible to maintain. Yet there they were, dancing in perfect harmony, defying the theoretical limits that both civilizations had once held as absolute. "If you had told me 6 cycles ago that our failure would lead to this," Vextar mused, watching the display, "I would have questioned your sanity." "That's the beauty of human unpredictability," Mitchell replied. "We don't just think outside the box, we rebuild it into something new entirely." David Nash approached with a group of students, the first class of the new Interstellar Quantum Academy. Human and alien faces alike shone with enthusiasm as they absorbed the principles that would shape the future of multiple civilizations. The Centauri Alliance has submitted a formal request to join the research initiative, Rodriguez reported, checking his quantum-linked display. That makes 23 civilizations now participating in the exchange program. Mitchell smiled, remembering the desperate days of working in their shadow facility, turning sabotage into salvation. Every civilization brings its own perspective, its own approach to solving problems. When we combine them instead of competing, we all advance further than we could alone. Vextar finished, having learned this lesson alongside humanity. The quantum core pulsed brighter, as if in agreement. What had started as an attempt to suppress humanity's progress had transformed into an unprecedented era of galactic cooperation. The hybrid technology they'd developed didn't just process information, it brought worlds together, turning ancient rivals into partners in discovery. The next generation won't see borders between our sciences, Mitchell observed, watching the students excitedly discuss theories that blended multiple civilizations' principles. They'll only see possibilities. As she looked out over the facility, human ingenuity and alien precision working in perfect harmony, Mitchell reflected on the journey that had brought them here. The Zaxxeri had tried to clip humanity's wings, only to discover that humans didn't just learn to fly. They soared and then taught others new ways to reach the stars. In the end, humanity's greatest triumph wasn't just surviving sabotage or developing revolutionary technology. It was showing the galaxy that true innovation comes not from protecting knowledge, but from sharing it, learning from each other, and transforming obstacles into opportunities for all.